spark ignites, it starts to burn. Through endless realms, no way to return. From crimson skies to wastelands torn. Myth and legend where stars are born. A million paths collide in the haze. Echoes of heroes lost in the maze. Planes walking the multiverse. Through chaos and time we immerse. Legends rise and fade like sparks. Across the void we leave our marks.
They added like 3 times the amount of weaponry available in this vault. So they set it up so that the tensions would be very high. And then at the same time, there was a parallel cloning project that was going on, focused on, obviously, can you guess the name of the guy it was focused on?
Gary!
Yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it. So each of the Garys was grown in a lab, and there was some kind of defect in them that made Garys immediately hostile to anybody who wasn't a clone. And
Right.
they just kept making them. So
Mhm.
they made like 50 some odd Garys to the point where their observation rooms were overcrowded with them. So what happened was, as they go along, they dealt with escalating violence. So somewhere up in the mid 50s, one of the Garys actually injured one of the doctors. So they started talking about destroying the extra clones to make room for further tests, and they basically just obviously treated the Garys as completely disposable. So you've got like, yeah, I know, it's honestly, it's insane. Like, it's I would say that it's kind of impossible to think about the fact that there would be scientists willing to do this, but there are people who are missing fundamental parts of their humanity.
Whispers crawl through the cracks like spiders in the dark. Secrets slither, shadows dance, they leave a bitter mark. Lies wrapped tight like silk spun thin, choking the morning air. The truth you chase, it runs away, hiding where you dare. In the heat of the night, where the fire burns cold, the answers you see are stories untold, shaped by the light.
Listen. After everybody calms the fuck down.
Is anybody alive coming out of the movie theater? Or just dead people?
Just blood and body parts.
All right, well, I'm going to try to go in again. And if I go back in time, I'm going to shoot the lock a few more times and see if it works.
All right, yeah, throw me a d20.
I've got a 3.
So you go in, and this time the force is more pronounced. It's more pronounced. It flings you back around a minute later. So you can feel the whiplash. More, it hits your neck, it hits your back. It's like you're almost trying to go through plexiglass. And the people going in, you're in the situation, you're just coming around the front, and people are going in, the door is closing. A minute later, the whole thing happens all over again.
Can I try to run in and get in there before the door closes and just force my way through? Or am I too late?
Yeah, it's too late. So it flings you back the moment that you're coming back around.
All right,
Boom, boom, let the hollow idols fall. One
members deserve much better than we know about Tilly Norwood, and we're heavily monitoring the situation. Like, you guys are unfucking believable. You know that. You're supposed to fight on behalf of us. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be representing everybody here. I realize you can't have a crystal ball and you can't think 20 steps ahead. But you're supposed to have that clairvoyancy. You're supposed to think somewhat ahead. That's the whole fucking point. That's the whole point. You're supposed to foresee of problems in the future and try to stop them. That's why you have a collective bargaining agreement. That's why you went back and forth with the studios. That's why it was one of the longest acting strikes in history.
This is the LP shop, doors are open wide, so come on inside. Find a little piece of history and come alive, turn it up, let your story spin. Every scratch, every song pulls you back in. At the LP shop, doors are open wide.
As a kid, learning to play guitar, I used to put the album on, not this album. There's a Fraley's Comet. It's called Live Plus One, and he opens with this song. And I used to learn. I would try and figure it out and play along to the album. I loved this song. And my buddy, who was a drummer, who I still keep in contact with, he learned all the drum parts on this song as well, with that drum solo in the middle.
So I'm guessing you're like a big fan of the song.
Yeah.
Tell every just let's go into it. What did you like about the song?
Well, I mean, of course, first off, it's guitar driven.
Yeah.
Vocally, Ace doesn't push any barriers.
No.
But he's got a certain execution and a way he enunciates and the way he sings that I've always been attracted to. He's not the greatest singer in the world.
No.
I don't think he ever claimed to be, but there's just something cool.
The cabman and his crew, paint on my face, just to move. We are you up for life, mark it on my skin, that sign from the campfire glow at night to the screen right in your eyes. Original stories, wild and true, you can feel them cut right through, bring that spark straight to you. Every drop, every view, must see TV. Join the tribe, cross the line. You're your club for life. Say the word, you're inside. Must see TV. From the cave to the timeline. You're your club for life. Raise your hand. That's the sign. That's the sign. Shouting names side by side. When the came-in calls, we rise. Hear that thunder in our cry. From the first beat, we commit. tribe, cross the line. You're your club for life. Hey. Say the word, you're inside. Must see TV. From the cave to the timeline. You're your club for life. Hey. Once you're in, I'll get them for life. Call it out. Hey. I'll go, never doubt. I'll go, side by side. Hey. You did club for life. For life. For life. Hey. Must see TV. Join the tribe. Cross the line. You did club for life. Hey. Say the word. You're inside. Must see TV. From the cave to the timeline. You did club for life. Hey. Once you're in, you're in for life.
Get ready, it's the final countdown. Hold tight, the spotlight's shining bright. We're gonna take flight. From the screens to the stage, it's a wild show. Counting down the top 10, feel that energy flow. The caveman's in charge, and it's time to explode. One by one, let's celebrate the best. From glam to the glam, we're putting it to the test. Hollywood dreams will put 'em to the spot. With the top 10 countdown, we're ready for more.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and what happened? What's happening? Crimson, fix it. Okay. Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Final Countdown Top 10 Hated YouTubers. And we're here. The final, well, the horrible 5. And coming in, oh, Crimson is here, by the way. Say hello, Crimson.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm good. How about you?
I know people like me doing this, Crimson. I get it. It's, old man shouting out the clouds. But it's, guys, I'm like over 5,000 years old. Come on. Stop liking this. Anyway, no, I'm joking. I'm doing good. But coming in at number 5, kicking the horrible 5 off is a YouTuber that is basically a patsy for this kind of stuff. He doesn't offer anything intelligible. You can see it coming from a mile away what he's doing. He's in that sphere of just being a goblin, not a nice goblin though, a troll, and he's actually friends with a lot of these cats coming up here. We're talking about Midnight's Edge. This is one of the prime examples of the fandom menace and why I don't like covering Star Wars stuff on here. He constantly gets reports from quote unquote insiders, but never can verify his sources. He constantly spreads rumors and innuendo about. He constantly goes after people, and when his marching orders are over, and yes, it is marching orders, and he'll go after other people. For instance, Kathleen Kennedy was the biggest target of people like him. Biggest target. How can you hate a woman that you don't even know? Now, you can be good at one thing and be horrible at another thing. And people like me have always said and will continue to say, if there's a Hollywood Hall of Fame, she's a first ballot Hall of Famer. She has done so much work for women in film, in general in Hollywood and independent filmmaking, that people didn't even know about. She has sat under the learning tree of Steven Spielberg. She has produced some of the highest rated films in Hollywood. The list is a mile long. But she is not a good studio head. She's not. I'm 100% going to admit that. Kathleen Kennedy does not know how to run a studio because she's not that person. She is someone that likes to get down and dirty. She's a person that says, "What do you need from me?" And she'll do it. There are stories out there which I'm not allowed to talk about. And honestly, I don't know why, but I'm not allowed to talk about those stories. She has made it quite clear it's not about her. It's about the filmmakers and the films themselves. And that's what makes her a great producer, not a awesome producer. You go down the list of films that were popular, iconic, and she has had a hand in each one of them. But she is not she doesn't make for a good studio head. She's not made for the office environment. She's not made for the boardroom. That's not her. And I'm freely going to admit that. Guys, there are stories out there that are eventually going to come out that you're going to be like, I didn't even know she was a part of that. One day, these stories will come out. But for these people, they constantly go after her, demonize her for things that they don't know. Like, how can you know what I mean, Crimson? How can you hate a woman that you don't know?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who, like, I don't know. I'm kind of a pretty firm believer in that. Basically, you don't really know celebrities. You can't really. I mean, you can judge their actions in public, but like, how they are behind closed doors. I think it's very hard to judge off of just public appearance.
Absolutely, and like I said, she's one of the best producers. She's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but that does not mean she is good at running a studio. Right? One thing that you're good at doesn't mean you're going to translate those skills to another area. And this level of toxicity and demonizing Kathleen Kennedy for things that people don't know or unaware because they're not in the industry or don't have two functioning ears, left and right ears. And they were like, hey, man, I should research this to make sure it's true. People like him has damaged so many things. Like they have he and the Critical Drinker and Geeks and Gamers, they have cannibalized the Star Wars fan community. This community that once was about celebrating this thing that we all love. Right, Crimson? Mm-hmm. This one thing that we celebrated, that we loved. We loved Star Wars. There's one thing they have cannibalized. They have turned fans against each other because of their political ideology bullshit. And that's what it is. Bullshit. And people need to see through it. People need to see through what he is and what all those cats are. All you are, Midnight Said, critical drinker, all you are misogynistic, racist bullies. That's all you are. And people need to pay attention and to be critical of that. They really, really do. Stop and think. Really do. When people like that say, well, there should never be. How can a woman in episode 7 wield a lightsaber? Fuck off. You know better than that. You know that the Force is a metronome and it will always interfere in things that it shouldn't. You know better than that. How can Luke blow up a Death Star?
Exhaust port.
But you know what I mean? How can he do it? Because the Force willed it. That's how. That's how a farm boy can just go into a Death Star and blow it up, because of the Force. How can Rey fight Kylo Ren with a lightsaber? Because of the Force willed it to. Come on, guys. Be more critical than that. Don't say, yeah, what is a woman doing on screen with a lightsaber? Because when you start being critical and you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. If you know anything about Star Wars, you're like, but why didn't they say the same thing about Luke? Because it's a woman. Because they're all misogynistic. And they'll say, oh, we're just asking questions. No. You're putting you're putting nonsense in these people's head. People that should absolutely know better. And listen, as much as I can blame these people, I blame the people that are listening to this bullshit all the time. You guys know better than that. You absolutely should see through the mask. And when that doesn't work, when blaming a woman doesn't work, then they'll go to something else. Look at that now. They're blaming the new head. What's his name? Oh, no.
Sorry, I have no idea.
Yeah, the guy who made the Clone Wars, the animated series.
Still don't know.
Look that up, please.
Sure.
Okay, here, we're just gonna...
like who directed the Clone Wars?
No, the show. Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Yeah, who directed the Clone Wars?
Yeah. Who was the showrunner on that? I had it in my head, and then I went on a rant, and then I'm like, it poofed. That's why we have production assistants.
Dave Filoni.
Yeah, Dave Filoni. When that doesn't work, when Kathleen Kennedy doesn't work, blaming Dave Filoni. For the longest time, these idiots said, Dave Filoni will change everything. He is the hero that we need. And as soon as they want a scapegoat or they want to turn on something, they'll do it on a dime. You'll see with Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni a couple months ago, that was the guy. That was their guy. And now it's like that never ever happened. We didn't even pick Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni, we knew he was no good. We knew he was not the right person for the job. He's making fucking stupid mistakes. He was the one behind Mandalorian Grogu. He behind the scenes, he's doing all this, the stuff that we don't like. Pick a lane. Pick your fucking lane. Realize what these people are doing and who they really fucking are. They don't work for you. They don't have your best interests at heart. They don't have your best interests in their hearts. They don't care about Star Wars. They don't care about you. They don't care about Star Trek. They don't care about the movies you fucking love. All they are racist, misogynistic bullies that need to go fuck off on the highest tree and stay there for the rest of eternity. So now we're gonna go into another lane. The X-Men controversy. Well, they'll grab everything. They'll grab anything and try to twist it. This guy's no different. The Morph situation, where people were uproaring about Morph. Morph is transgender. How dare they turn X-Men into something that they're not? How dare they? How dare Disney do that? Disney, listen to me. Disney is a lot of things. And I have went after them a long time. Crimson will tell you I have no love loss when I go after these cats. I go after Disney. I go after SAG. I'm an equal opportunist.
Yes.
He will tell you. I don't play sides. But tell me something. Really think about this. When these cats, Midnight's Edge, went after that, why was that, to you, an outrage? That's a good question, Crimson. Why was that an outrage to you?
Like, sorry, can you rephrase? Like,
Morph? No, I'm not talking to you specifically, but no, you're asking a very good question. So a long time ago, when the 1997 cartoon was coming back to Disney, an article that Disney had was Morph was transgender.
Mm-hmm.
And Midnight's Edge, Critical Drinker, all these cats ran with the story and say, how dare they touch these characters? Make them something they're not. And you have to ask yourself now, right? On face value, Crimson, that's a good question, right? That's a good question. I mean, we've seen Disney and other people do that to characters, right? We've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to ask yourself, why is that? Why am I upset? Why am I offended? Well, if you're an X-Men fan, you shouldn't be offended at all. If you're a comic book fan, if you know these characters, you shouldn't be offended at all. Because what are the X-Men? What are the X-Men? The X-Men are the stand-in for the oppressed. They're stand-ins for LGBTQ. They're stand-ins for the African American community. They're a stand-in for every race that has been oppressed throughout history. And Morph saying he's transgender, where his powers literally cause him to morph. And people are running with that, and people are, how dare... Come on. Yeah. He's transgender. Yeah. Do you see a problem with that, Crimson? Do you see a problem with that? Where he's literally morphing and Disney's like, yeah, he's transgender.
No. I mean,
No.
like, the thing
Isn't that silly?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is X-Men has always been social commentary, right? So it's like I think
For the oppressed.
Yes, I mean, I think
For the LGBTQ community, for all the races that have been oppressed throughout history, and to be outraged at something that Disney's like just confirming to everybody that's who Morph is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Crimson. That's such a nothing burger.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to ask yourself, why are they making something out of nothing? Because they're racist. They're misogynist. They sprinkle a little bit of knowledge. They're like, hey, they're calling Morph transgender. Doesn't that make you upset?
No.
No. Because that's who Morph was always. He literally morphs into different people. That's his powers. If that's not transgender, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is. You have in society now, you have, whether people agree with it or not, you have people wanting to switch to them, they, he, she. That's who Morph is. That's who Morph is. That's the character of Morph. Morph is transgender. They did not make him anything he's not. They have just confirmed who Morph was all along. But they do that because they don't give a shit. This guy doesn't give a shit. He throws in a little bit of knowledge. That's how they get you. They throw in a little bit of knowledge. And they're like, oh, I'm just saying about this comic book character. They race swapped them. Go fuck off. Oh, I don't know, but this woman character, they made this woman character instead of white, black. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I see you, all of you, and the bullshit that you constantly shove down people's throat, and I don't buy it. And I am here to confront you. And this guy is a patsy to that. Don't get me wrong, he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. But this is the first instant of people like him. He's just one of the biggest offenders in my case. Oh, I have insiders. I have industry. No, you don't. You're just a racist. You're just a misogynist. I hope you don't have a girlfriend. I feel bad for your children. I feel bad for the people that you manipulate into believing your bullshit. And for those of you out there that like this kind of stuff and are listening right now, be smarter. Be wiser. You have ears, use them. You have eyes, use them. And please do the tiniest morsel of research. And then you'll find out that what he's peddling is misogyny and racism. But it's just covered up with all this coding. If you take this pig apart what you'll find is a disgusting ideology and a disgusting philosophy and a disgusting human being. I hate to say human. I really, really do. This thing. And for all those reasons, Midnight's Edge comes in at number 5. You wanted it, Crimson. You're like, where's the shit? Right? You wanted it, buddy. You wanted it. So that is our show for today. Keep in mind we are on a modified schedule for 5 weeks until Crimson can get back to us. But don't worry, he's still here. He's not going anywhere. But until we meet each other again, my friends, next week, take care, be safe, be well, and I love you all. 50,000 plus, an UGG Club for life. Peace.
From cinema magic to the heart-pounding thrill, we're shaming the worst. Get ready for the chill. These moments in time.